more. The accounts and description of this game may not be decimated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Associates, LP. Tim Lincecum getting loose as we get ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series on a gorgeous, gorgeous 4th of July afternoon. Giants fans, grab an ice-cold Budweiser. It's game time. Here's John Miller and Mike Krukow.
All right, and many thanks, Dwayne. And here we go on this holiday Saturday, and what a glorious day it is here in San Francisco. And we're certainly honored to be able to share a part of it with you and your family. Hope you're having a great time. And when you're on the road, if now or later in the day, please drive safely, responsibly. This is also a very dangerous weekend statistically on the road. Well, here's Tim Lincecum with the first pitch of the day, in for a called strike. A fastball to Michael Bourne. 67 degrees is the official game time temperature. Lincecum back to the plate, and the ball is fisted foul off to the left into the lower deck, and quickly strike 2 to Bourne, who is hitting .290, 2 homers, 19 batted in. He leads the National League in base stealing. Lincecum winds. 0-2 pitch. Changeup. Strike 3 call to the inside corner.
That is not fair. Lincecum, a 4-pitch pitcher, a fastball, a changeup, a power changeup we like to call it, over the top curveball with a 12-6 break, and a slider that has become a very good pitch for him. 4 pitches he can strike you out with. And Michael Bourne just got schooled. 1, 2, 3, see you.
So 3 pitches in, Lincecum has his first strikeout of the day, and here is Miguel Tejada. Tejada not hitting home runs to speak of. He takes a ball down and in, a fastball missing. Tejada has 6 home runs, 42 batted in, but he's hitting .329. He leads the National League in both singles and doubles. He's had a lot of those. There's a fastball over the outside corner for a called strike. A ball and a strike. Lincecum pitching, Molina catching, Ishikawa at first, Uribe at second, Renteria at short, Sandoval at third. The 1-1 pitch, and a fastball is swung on and fouled off the glove of Molina and back to the backstop. Strike 2. The Giants have Wynn back in the lineup. In left field, Rowand in center, and Scherholtz in right. There's just a little bit of a breeze, and what there is of it is blowing straight out toward San Francisco Bay, out beyond the center field scoreboard. Now the 1-2 pitch, and a curveball in the dirt. It is 2-2.
Now Lincecum's fastball will go anywhere between 93 to 98 miles per hour. He holds it with the same type of grip just about 95% of the time. That's a 2-seam fastball. That type of velocity in a 2-seam grip is kind of unusual. He will 4-seam, but it's rare.
Here's a broken back ground ball down the third base side, and it just kicks foul before arriving near the bag, and most of the bat ended up where Pablo Sandoval, the third baseman, had been standing when the pitch was thrown. That bat snapped in 2, and the big half of the bat with a jagged edge went all the way out to where Sandoval had been. Sandoval had moved over to the line to field the ground ball.
Yeah, I read where MLB collects every broken bat.
Trying to determine why they're breaking, the point at which they broke, the point of impact, what caused them to break. And there is a possibility they hold out the idea that certain materials might end up not being allowed. Right. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A fastball grounded to the right side. Over to his right is Ishikawa. He underhands the ball to Lincecum, covering in time to retire the slow-moving Tejada, who just was almost taking a stroll up the first baseline as if trying to enjoy the weather.
He decided he was going to be out.
He's going to save his strength in case he hits one hard, maybe off the wall somewhere or down the line.
Well, I'm just going to say that, there's got to be a reason. He has to have like 2 sore hamstrings and a groin pull if he's going to run slow like that.
Apparently in a great deal of pain.
Yeah, and 3 broken ribs and a collarbone that's been dislocated.
He's lucky to be alive when you think of it. Here is Berkman, and there is a ball down and away from Lincecum.
Well, we saw it last night. Michael Bourne, the leadoff hitter, one of the fastest guys in the league, against Ryan Sadowski, hit a ground ball and got jammed.
Now Berkman takes a fastball on the inside corner for a strike.
And Michael Bourne broke his bat, and he didn't run at all down first base line, and he was shaking his hands like his hands were hurting because he got jammed.
The 1-1 pitch, another fastball just off the inside, and it is 2-1 to Berkman, who is a very particular hitter, very choosy up there, hitting .268, 17 homers, 48 batted in. The 2-1 pitch, curveball, and that is low, ball 3.
I just couldn't figure out why, if Michael Bourne's hands were hurting, why couldn't he run fast?
Yeah.
There's no excuse for not hustling down the baseline, period. That's the bottom line.
That was because that's his game. The 3-1 pitch, and Lincecum is just below the knees, almost as if the plate umpire Marvin Hudson let Berkman call his own balls and strikes there.
I think collectively as a group, this is one of the poorest balls and strikes calling umpire crews in the game. It's not their strength. I think they're better on the base paths than they are behind the plate. And with Marvin Hudson, you're going to get an inconsistent strike zone. You may think for one inning it's a low strike zone. You come out the next inning and it'll change. You'll get more high strikes called. It's just an inconsistent strike zone, and that frustrates everybody, pitchers, hitters alike.
Here's the slugger, Carlos Lee, big, strong right-handed batter. He takes a fastball at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike 1.
Yeah, wait till tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow's Lance Barksdale, and he's another guy that's just not a really consistent umpire. If you were to say these umpires, do they favor a pitcher or a hitter, you would say they would favor the hitter.
There goes Berkman. The pitch is high and tight. The throw to second by Molina. The tag is not in time. Uribe caught the ball out in front of the bag and then made a dive back to try and get Berkman, who sort of faded away from the tag to the center field side of second base. So Berkman steals the bag, his 6th steal of the year.
It's a big league knockdown pitch, though. That ball went right up around the helmet of Carlos Lee. He wound up laying on his back in the right-handed batter's box.
We'll see how Lee responds now. He's 2 for 8 lifetime against Lincecum. He's hitting .300 for the year, 12 homers, 47 RBIs. Lincecum to the outside corner, reached for and fouled into the lower deck off to the right, and the count is 1-2 to Lee.
If there is a flaw in Lincecum's game, it's his ability, or I should say lack of ability, to hold runners on well. He gets so focused to the hitter, he gets so in tune with what's going on in that batter's box that he at times won't pay any attention to base runners. First base, second base, doesn't matter. He needs to improve in that regard to holding runners on.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a curve is swung on and missed. Lee went way out of the strike zone for a ball that ran down and away. And the inning is over. 2 strikeouts for Lincecum here in the first, and a runner stranded at second.
At the end of this month.
Baseball on KNBR 680.
Here come the Giants, last of the first inning against their old friend and teammate Russ Ortiz. Aaron Rowan leads off, right-handed hitter, followed by Randy Winn and Pablo Sandoval. No score in the game. Ortiz working from the stretch. And a foul hit high in the air off to the right and back into the second deck. A fastball on the outside at 90 miles an hour. Ortiz had come back to the Giants 2 years ago. But although he was in the opening day starting rotation for the Giants, he made only 4 starts, ended up on the disabled list 3 different times that year. There's a curveball, and that is in there. Strike 2 called. Just up above the belt, and the count is 0-2. Last year, he missed the entire season after undergoing surgery to repair a torn flexor tendon in his right elbow. Now back in the big leagues with the Astros, and a curve is in the dirt outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ortiz is now 35 years old. Broke in with the Giants all the way back in 1998 and was with the club through 2002. He was then traded to the Atlanta Braves after the 2002 season. The 1-2 pitch and a sinking fastball that runs off the inside. 2-2 the count.
Well, that sinker's a new look for Russ Ortiz. I mean, we know him as a fastball that'll be right around 90 miles per hour with a cut. That's a little flat break that kind of runs away from a righty into a lefty. But now he's added that 2-seam fastball, and that gives him 2 looks on the fastball, the over-the-top curveball, and a changeup. And he's throwing with a lot of confidence right now, and he's pain free. Had the Tommy John surgery, and he's good to go.
Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. And a fastball is popped up foul off the first base side. Berkman ranges over to the seats, runs out of room, and the ball is back in amongst the spectators. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ortiz on the mound with Ivan Pudge Rodriguez behind the plate. Berkman at first, Matsui at second, Tejada at short, Blum at third, an outfield of Lee, Bourne, and Pence from left to right. And again, the stretch, 2-2 pitch. A foul right back to the screen as he threw a little cutter, or I don't know if that was a slider or whatever it was. He used to have a cutter that was just the natural movement on his fastball when he was with the Giants.
It almost looked like a slider. It was a little bigger than what we normally see the movement on his fastball have.
And he lost a few miles per hour off his fastball speed. That one clocked at 86. 2-2 the count. The infield swung around toward the third base line against the right-handed hitting Rowan. Now as they ball in on the fists, and a little bouncer hit foul on the third base side and sounded like he cracked his back. 2-2 the count, and indeed the bat boy comes out with a new piece of lumber for him. Rowan comes into the game hitting .299, 9 home runs and 35 runs batted in. Rowan 1 for 6 lifetime against Ortiz.
We used to marvel at how many bats Benito Santiago would go through. And you could probably say the same thing about Aaron Rowan. He can break some bats.
2-2 pitch on the hands. Did he just break another one? No. He pops it foul into the seats off to the right at the expense of another bat.
Yeah, this is where the other guys start to hide their bats. Because Rowan runs out of him in his first at bat. He starts looking for somebody else's.
Well, they already brought him a different color bat than he has been using. He had the blonde wood bat. Now he's got a black one.
Yeah, let me see the name. I can look at the binoculars, and the name on that bat says Sadowski.
Pitchers.
I think any hitter who wants to get things going ought to use anything that they can find that belongs to Sadowski right now.
He breaks one more, he's going to have to take the lead bat up to hit with.
2-2 the count. Win on deck. Ortiz to the plate. Right over the outside corner. Got him looking. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And he had been working the ball steadily on the inside. And then went to the outside, and Rowan could not get off his swing. 1 away. Now Randy Winn. Winn, a switch hitter, will bat left-handed. He hit a foul ball down off his right shin last night in the second inning. And was in great pain, but stayed in there and hit a 2-run triple. And then scored a run. Went out and played the outfield the next half inning before finally leaving the game. He takes a little bit low for ball 1. Randy Winn has been a hot hitter recently. His overall average up to .279, 2 home runs, 32 batted in. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that is low, ball 2.
John, the Astros do not have a right fielder.
Got 2 center fielders. Last night the Giants probably hit more balls out into right center field that were not caught than any game I can remember.
Ever.
And now Hunter Pence, who was not going to play way over into that gap, today he's playing more into the gap than anybody we've ever seen.
Ever.
He's playing almost in front of the 421-foot marker out there.
Yeah, with a left-handed hitter up and a pitcher that's got movement that you're likely to pull if you're a left-handed hitter.
Inside to win, 3-0 the count. And the 3-0 pitch is outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Randy Winn. So with 1 out, Winn will go to first, and here comes Pablo Sandoval. First 3 innings of that game, the Giants had Sandoval actually hit a home run to that part of the yard up over the 20-foot high wall. Winn hit his triple to the left of the 421 side and hit off the wall out there. A booming shot. Ishikawa hit one that hit the little hand railing at the top of the 20-foot high wall. And after they consulted the video replays, the umpire said it was a home run. Here's the stretch. Ortiz to Sandoval. In at the knees, and it's called a strike. Eli Whiteside hit one out there and got a double. The Giants just kept hitting one ball after the other out into that part of the yard last night. And Hunter Pence, after racing 8 miles and retrieving the ball and getting it back, he'd go back and play pretty much straightaway right field for the next hitter. He's not only playing in that gap, he's playing way deep in the gap as Ortiz throws one in the dirt. Pudge Rodriguez didn't know where the ball was at first. Randy Winn had a moment's thought of maybe taking advantage of that, but then Pudge spotted the ball out in front of the plate, and Randy Winn decided to hold on. Now that looked like the kind of a pitch you'd see a bowler throw in cricket over in Great Britain. Yeah, it bounced several feet in front of home plate.
I don't know how he blocked that thing.
And I think if Sandoval had swung at that one, he might have hit a home run.
Could have happened.
It bounced right into the strike zone. And there's the throw to first. Winn is back to the bag.
Yeah, Hunter Pence. I didn't know this, but he plays with a pedometer on his ankle. They added it up at all the miles that he ran last night, and they added it all up, and it's the equivalent of him running from here to Santa Rosa. That's how much ground he covered last night.
Wow, all the way he could have run to the Redwood Empire. With the mileage you put in here last night. There's a swing, a line drive just over the head of Matsui at second base and right out to Hunter Pence. Hunter comes into the ball a little bit. Now where he was playing last night, that might have been a triple.
That's going right to the triples alley right now as we speak.
So Winn over to second on the single by Sandoval. Sandoval came into the game hitting .329, 12 homers, 43 batted in. And here comes Benji Molina. And Benji he really got his bat going while the Giants were on the road trip. He's now hitting .263 overall, 10 home runs, and still leading the club with 46 runs batted in. 2 men on, 1 man out here in the first. No score in the game. The Giants with a chance to jump ahead. Now the stretch. Ortiz throws. A swing, and Benji skies one. The shortstop Tejada into shallow left center. The infield fly is called, although he keeps backpedaling, and that was one of the fastest jobs of running backward I've ever seen. Ultimately, as he started to fear that maybe he would never get there, as the wind seemed to carry it to still deeper center field, but he did catch up to it, and the runners had to hold out number 2. He didn't have to catch it ultimately to get the out, because the umpires already had called Molina out as soon as they invoked the infield fly rule. Now Nate Scherholtz has Molina in an RBI spot, gone on 1 pitch. Scherholtz had 3 hits last night, left-handed hitter. He swings here and lifts a foul off the left field line and back out of play. Scherholtz hitting .321, 3 homers, 14 batted in. And Ivan Rodriguez, the catcher, goes out to talk to Russ Ortiz for a moment. Now Pudge back behind the plate. Rodriguez, by the way, recently moved into first place on the list of games played as a catcher in the history of Major League Baseball. He moved ahead of Carlton Fisk on that list. Ortiz ready, delivers, and a fastball is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Edgar Renteria on deck, would be next. Giants last night jumped on Felipe Paulino for 3 in the first inning. Here's the stretch and the 1-1 pitch. High fastball swung on and missed.
Right above the hands, inside corner. Bud Rodriguez sees it. The guy swings through that pitch. You're likely to see it the next pitch. Same location.
Now Ortiz to the plate. And a check swing and ruled a swing by the third base umpire, Randy Marsh, as that was a sharp breaking slider, and Sherholtz tried to check and could not do it. The Giants have stranded 2 runners. No runs in the first. We go to the second. Jeff Blum will be coming up against Tim Lincecum. It is 0-0. There's ball 1 to Jeff Blum, leading off for the Astros here in the top half of the second inning. No score in the game. Blum, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. He swings and lines one to right field. On the move to his left is Sherholtz, but he'll have to play that one on a bounce. It is a base hit for Jeff Blum. Blum, I don't know what he hits against everybody else, but against the Giants, he's a pretty solid batting champion candidate.
I don't think they ever got him out. He just comes to this ballpark or comes to San Francisco and just rakes.
Here now is Hunter Pence, right-handed hitter, 306 average, 10 homers, 33 batted in, and Lincecum with a fastball a little bit low for ball 1. The Dodgers are playing the Padres this afternoon, and Manny Ramirez hit a home run in his first at bat against Padres starter Josh Gear. 1-0 LA in the top of the second. There's a fastball over the outside for a called strike to Pence. Some finals have come in from Chicago. The Milwaukee Brewers with a 5-run first inning against the Cubs' Rich Harton. And they didn't quit scoring right there either. They ended up beating the Cubs badly, 11-2 at Wrigley Field. Looper got the win over Harton. There's a throw to first, and Blum is back to the bag. Cameron hit number 14, Hardy number 9, and Casey McGee, the Santa Cruz product, hit his 6th home run. Milton Bradley hit number 6 for the Cubs. The Nationals beat the Braves with a 4-run 8th inning rally in Washington, 5-3, as a ball is hit high and foul off the right field line. that will go well back into the crowd. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Hunter Pence.
Marvin Hudson, the plate umpire, is a guy that can really frustrate a pitcher. I mean, you'll throw a pitch down around the knees. You're so accustomed to getting with the majority of umpires in the league, and then you don't get it here. He forces a pitcher to elevate his fastball into the strike zone, and you have to bring it up, and that, of course, is when that pitch becomes more hittable.
Now the pitch, and that is low and outside for a ball. And it's a count of 2-2.
You get into a game like this where a strike zone will float around a little bit and you won't get pitches that you normally do. It can frustrate you, but you have to keep reminding yourself that it's the same strike zone for the guy who's sitting across the field in the other dugout. You can't think that it's only happening to you.
There's a throw to first, and back to the bag is Blum. Nobody out in the inning. Ivan Rodriguez is on deck. No score in the game. Another National League final. Cincinnati beat the Cardinals 5-2 in Cincy. Now Lincecum at the belt. Here it comes. There's a swing and a smash off the glove of the first baseman Ishikawa. It rolls just over into foul ground. He retrieves it, goes back to the bag for the putout, and Blum moves over to second.
That's one of the things that makes Hunter Pence such a good hitter, is his ability to drive the ball the opposite way. A right-handed hitter, I mean, he really can drive the ball to right field like he's a left-handed pull hitter. And that particular play from Travis Ishikawa was such a good play because he was holding the runner on. He didn't have a lot of time to react. That ball was smashed. By all rights, that should have been a double, and it should be a second and third, nobody out. But it's one of the right reasons why we love Ishikawa. He can pick it.
So now with Blum at second, 1 out. Here is Ivan Rodriguez, right-handed hitter. And Lincecum with a fastball off the outside for ball 1. Rodriguez, when spring training began, he was a man without a job, other than that he had committed to being the catcher for Team Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic. Here's the pitch now, and a changeup swung on and missed. Pudge ended up signing with the Astros just about the time that the Team Puerto Rico club was eliminated in that tournament. He did well against the international competition, and the Astros decided to bring him in. He's hitting .244, 7 home runs, 30 batted in. Now the pitch. A fastball is fouled back into the second deck, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to Ivan Rodriguez. Lincecum has seen Rodriguez before and has never gotten him out. Pudge has had a single, a triple, and a walk in 3 previous plate appearances against Lincecum. Well, I'm away from second. Here's the pitch. Changeup struck him out swinging.
The power changeup. There's a better changeup in the game. I want to see it. Tim Lincecum has the same changeup we watched Jason Schmidt dominate for years with.
Well, Lincecum with his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon, and with 2 down, here is Kaz Matsui. Now first base is open. There is a runner at second, and the pitcher Russ Ortiz is on deck. Lincecum ready, delivers, and Matsui looks at a fastball for a called strike. Matsui, a switch hitter, batting left-handed, a .240 average, 2 home runs, 18 driven in. No score in the game in the first half of the second. The pitch. Fastball off the inside, and it's a ball and a strike. Over in the American League today, the Seattle Mariners beat the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park 3-2. Kansas City snapped the White Sox 7-game winning streak with a 6-4 victory in KC. And the Yankees are in extra innings in their game. There's a big bouncer to second. Over to his left is Uribe. Plays the high hop, flips it over to first for the out, and the inning is over. Lincecum gave up a leadoff single to Blum, and then Blum ends up being stranded at second. No runs for the Astros. We go to the last of the second. Renteria coming up, 0-0. half of the second inning. No score in the game. Here is Edgar Renteria to lead off against Russ Ortiz, and he takes a high fastball for a called strike. Renteria has also gotten his bat going here recently, and his average for the year is up to 273. 2 homers, 37 batted in. Now a curveball in the dirt for a count of 1-1. Travis Ishikawa and then Juan Uribe will follow. Beautiful sunshiny day. No more daytime baseball here tomorrow, and quite a matchup for tomorrow's game. The big unit, Randy Johnson, up against Houston ace Roy Oswalt at 105. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and a cutter called a strike on the outside. Got the call on that one from Marvin Hudson, and it's 1-2 as Marvin is hunting strikes now in this inning. 1-2 the count. Ortiz working from the stretch, and he throws. High curveball swung on and missed. He struck him out, and Renteria went way up out of the strike zone chasing that one.
Renteria walked back to the Giants dugout, and he gave one last look to Marvin Hudson, not in agreement to the way that his at bat was called, balls and strikes. And you'll see that, I mean, both from pitchers and hitters. They get frustrated with a strike zone that doesn't have a lot of definition, and that's Marvin Hudson.
Travis Ishikawa, who got a home run last night out into the big part of the yard. Left-handed hitter. He swings and fouls one back to the screen, chasing a high pitch that was apparently only 84 miles an hour. Maybe a change up from Russ Ortiz. 0-1 the count to Ishikawa. Ishikawa took a while to realize he had a home run. The umpires went and consulted the video replay before they ruled yes, home run. He swings here, lifts a foul out of play off to the left. Another off-speed pitch from Russ Ortiz. 0-2 the count. Hit it over that 20-foot high wall above the number 8 archway out there in deep right center, and apparently it hit the green steel railing just above the top of the wall. Hit off that and then bounced off the top of the wall and back onto the field. 0-2 pitch, and a slider is up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ishikawa was patiently waiting it out at second base while the umpires left the field to look at the replays, and they came back in the field, ruled home run, and Ishikawa continued his way on the base paths. 6 homers, 28 batted in, and Ortiz is way outside and high for ball 2. 2-2. Ortiz, as the Giants well remember, and Giants fans certainly would well remember, can have that control just desert him at a moment's notice, and is generally a guy who will work a game with lots of base runners. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is right over the outside corner. Strike 3 call.
Good pitch by Russ Ortiz, knee high in the outside corner. Nice frame job from Ivan Hernandez, or Rodriguez rather. Ivan Rodriguez really set up sort of an exaggerated target. I mean, he really leaked out. His glove was right behind the outside part of the plate.
So 2 down. Here is Uribe, right-handed hitter, 272 average, 2 homers, 15 batted in. No score in the game. Last of the second. Now the pitch in the dirt for ball 1. The ball ricochets off the glove of Rodriguez and takes a high bounce back to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. Giants begin the day in the National League West, 7.5 back of the Dodgers, 1 game ahead of Colorado. The 1-0 pitch, and there's that sharp fighting slider or cutter, whatever it was, swung on and missed. That one had a real fight to it at the end.
Yeah, that was breaking ball. That was a slider. Good one.
1 ball, 1 strike to Uribe. Here it comes. He swings and hits a looping liner along the right field line. That's in there, base hit. He's around first. He's going to dig for second. Hunter Pence, who is playing way over into right center after a long run, gets to it, throws in towards second, way offline and much too late anyway. A stand-up double for Uribe.
Well, if you have an opposite field approach as a right-handed hitter and you're taking your at-bats against Russ Ortiz, you're likely to have some success. Just about everything he has will work away from you. And if you try and pull Russ Ortiz as right-handed hitter, you're not going to have a lot of success. You look at the guys who have had success historically against him, Edgar Renteria, Juan Uribe, these guys have good approach the opposite way. Good at bat.
Well, here's Tim Lincecum now with a chance to put himself ahead in this game. Batting left-handed. Ortiz to the plate, way outside for ball one. Lincecum is hitting 182, 6 hits, 33 at bats. He's had 1 double and has knocked in 3 runs. Lincecum is hitting 200 with runners in scoring position. Here's Ortiz throwing. High fastball swung on and missed. And it's a ball and a strike. Tomorrow, the Randy Johnson, Roy Oswalt matchup. And as we understand it, there are a lot of good seats available. The weather forecast is for more sunshine here in San Francisco. You can order tickets right now at sfgiants.com. Come out and join us here. Part of the holiday festivities over the weekend, as there's a called strike 2 to Lincecum. A fastball in there from Ortiz. 1-2 the count. And a great pitching matchup to boot is Randy Johnson. It'll be the actual final game of the first half of the season, the 81st game of the year for the Giants tomorrow. Johnson will be trying for his 9th win. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball up and away. And it is 2-2. Oswalt, off to a rather slow start for him. Only 4 wins, 4 losses in 17 starts. But it's generally about now that Oswalt starts to pick it up. He has been a great finisher throughout his career. Great second half pitcher. 2-2 pitch. And a curveball in there. Strike 3 call. Russ Ortiz strikes out the side and has 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. We go to the 3rd. Ortiz will be coming up against Lincecum. Then the top of the order. Giants. Ovation given to Russ Ortiz as he was introduced for his at bat here in the 3rd. A nice tribute to a former Giant that the Giants fans just staged impromptu. He takes ball 1 from Tim Lincecum. No score in the game as we start the 3rd inning, and with great pleasure I give you, for more play-by-play, Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, John, and the 1-0, and Ortiz takes high, 2 balls and no strikes. 0-0. Astros with a hit, the Giants with a pair of hits, and the pitch to Ortiz is high again, and it's 3-0. Ortiz in a Giants uniform always could hit a little bit. He's got a home run, he's knocked in a pair. And the next pitch is a fastball in for a strike to make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Michael Bourne to follow, and then Miguel Tejada. The 3-1, swinging a high fly ball to straightaway left field is Randy Wynn. Comes in and battling the sun, he makes the catch. 1 out. That was one of those where it's very well possible Russ Ortiz is thinking, I just missed that one.
He did. He's got 7 lifetime home runs. But as you pointed out, Giants fans know he can hit.
Here's Michael Bourne, the very speedy leadoff hitter who struck out looking. He had a good swing. Here's the pitch to Bourne, and a bouncing ball to second. On one knee is Uribe. He has it, throws on to first, and just like that, Michael Bourne is retired. 2 outs for Miguel Tejada. Tejada bounced out to Travis Ishikawa in the first inning. So Lincecum trying to get through a very nice third inning with a limited amount of pitches. Tejada waits and Lincecum throws, and there's a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. It really is amazing watching the change in Tim Lincecum, how now his fastball is 93, 94.
He doesn't try to throw it as hard.
Next pitch is, well, it's looked like a changeup, and Tejada could not hold up. His home plate umpire Marvin Hudson said he went around 0-2.
You know, Tim Lincecum, when he first came up, he tried to throw every fastball and put a number on it. 97, 98, 99. That was his reputation.
0-2 pitch is a bouncing ball hit to third. Sandoval has it, sets and throws in time, and Lincecum does indeed walk off the mound with a very quick third inning. Giants are coming up. It'll be Aaron Rowan to lead things off. It's 0-0.
KNB.
To lead things off for the Giants in the bottom of the third inning is Ortiz. Winds and throws, and Rowan takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. Rowan struck out looking in the first inning. 0-0 here in the third. Ortiz and Lincecum throwing very well. Randy Wynn to follow, and then Pablo Sandoval. The 1-0 pitch to Rowan, and Rowan, it's a high pop-up, shallow center field. Going out is Tejada. Bourne coming in with that great speed makes the catch. 1 out.
Wow, now that is world-class closing speed. I thought off the crack of the bat that nobody was going to be able to get to it. By the time he got to it, he could have gone more. He caught it easily. He ran like a 50-yard dash to get to that ball.
If I'm Tejada, I never go out for a pop-up.
That's impressive.
Here's Randy Wynn, who drew a walk in the first. Win overall batting .279. Ortiz continuing to pitch out of the stretch. Throws, and Randy Wynn takes a breaking ball for a strike. I'd like to remind all Giants fans that the first 20,000 fans who come to the ballpark tomorrow will receive a Giants t-shirt courtesy of autotrader.com. So there are good seats available. The 0-1 pitch to Randy Wynn, and Randy Wynn lines one into center field. Here comes Bourne again, and Bourne is going to make the catch. Did I just say he was born again?
Yeah, he was. You did say that.
Here's Pablo Sandoval.
Here comes Bourne again. Yeah.
Sandoval singled in the first inning. Anyway, sfgiants.com tomorrow. Come on out to the park. Be the final game of this 3-game series. Johnson against Oswald. Here's Pablo Sandoval. Ortiz deals to Sandoval, and Sandoval lines this one foul into the club level down the third base side, and it's 0-1.
They always say you don't really learn how to pitch until you start to lose stuff. And what we're seeing today is something we never saw when Russ Ortiz was a Giant pitcher, is that he's throwing a two-seam fastball. It has movement that runs away from the lefty. For the most part, his little cut fastball that's natural used to always run into the lefty.
Here's the 0-1 to Sandoval. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, 0-2.
So Ortiz now has two types of fastball, the two-seam, the four-seam. He's got a slider now to go with the curveball. He didn't have a slider when he was a Giant. It was just the only breaking ball he had was that 12-6 break on the curveball. And, of course, the changeup, which has always been a good pitch for him. And he's got command of all of them today. He's tough.
Sandoval behind in the count. Ortiz throws, and it's very high. Very high. Rodriguez just stood up like he was playing catch. That was his target. Benji Molina watching from the on-deck circle. 1-2 to Sandoval. He's now hitting .331. And the pitch. And it's low and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
John talked about Russ Ortiz and the reputation that he had as a Giant. He'd always have that one inning where Dusty Baker used to say that Russ would be Russ. And then he would just seemingly lose command, and he would have a 40-pitch inning. Oftentimes he would get out of it, but he would have that high-pitch inning.
Here's the 2-2 offering to Sandoval, and it's high and away. 3-2.
The one thing Russ never did, though, he never, ever gave up on a pitch. He was always able to wipe the slate clean. He never thought about an error, never thought about a bad call. He always got 100% of his brain and his body behind that pitch that he was throwing.
Here's the payoff to Sandoval, and it's not close. High and away, ball 4. Not sure his heart was into that pitch, but you're right. He always thought he could get out of a mess.
Always. Very tough mentally. When he first came up through the Giants organization, when he was down in San Jose in A-ball, he was the closer on that team.
Fastball, curveball, that was it.
Go get him.
Benji Molina popped out in the first. He popped out to Tejada. Here he is with Sandoval at first. And Ortiz throws, and Molina hits a high pop-up down the right field line, and that'll be out of play. Hunter Pence is going to chase over there, but he had none chance. Where Pence has been playing, that's a long run.
50-yard dash.
Took a tumble over the bullpen mound in the game last night. 0-1 to Benji Molina. And the pitch. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, but he hooked it foul as it hits right on top of the Giants bullpen mound. And it's a quick 0-2. When Pence took the fall, showed a little personality. He got up, he doffed his cap, let everybody know he was okay. And then we could laugh.
I want to play with Hunter Pence.
He looks like he could be fun.
He looks like he gets the whole thing.
He and Andres Torres in the outfield, you'd only need 2 outfielders.
Yeah.
0-2 to Molina. And Ortiz now deals, and Molina takes high and in. 1-2. That would be quite an outfield play. Andres Torres in left center, play Hunter Pence in right center and go get him.
5 infielders. What'd you say that Andres Torres was the other night? The kid that
yeah, the kid that would sleep over at your house. He would be the one kid of the 5 that just didn't sleep all night. Molinas chases a high fastball as he swings and misses, and that ends the inning. 6 strikeouts for the former Giant, Russ Ortiz. We will head to the 4th. It remains 0-0.
Hi, everybody. Brian Murphy here from the...
For stations to identify themselves. I'm Dwayne Kuiper along with Mike Krukow, John Miller. Our engineer Lee Jones as Berkman takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. It's 0-0 here in the 4th inning. Lincecum facing Berkman, Lee, and Blum. Berkman bunts this one foul. The ultimate respect from Lance Berkman, and it's 0-2. He had a hit if he gets it on the ground, because Sandoval is not only playing back, but he's playing towards that hole. I mean, that's he might be able to bunt for a double. But with the foul ball, now Berkman's behind in the count and the pitch, and it's in the dirt. 1-2. Berkman drew a walk in the 1st inning. Lincecum with 3 strikeouts, Ortiz with 6. Giants young right-hander deals. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. That's a base hit. Randy Wynn's getting to it. He backhands it. Berkman's going for 2. Here's Randy Wynn's throw, and it's just a little late. A headlong slide for Berkman, and that's how the 4th inning gets started.
It looked to me like he was thinking left field the whole at bat. Giants really exposed an opening on the left side of the infield, as you made mention of, but he's such a good opposite field hitter anyway. We've talked about this guy. Most switch hitters, for whatever reason, they're good low ball hitters from the left side, they're good high ball hitters from the right side, but his swing from the left side to right side, it's identical. Flat, uses the whole field. One of the best switch hitters I've ever seen.
Here's Lee. Lincecum throws, and Lee takes a fastball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Lee struck out in the 1st inning. Lincecum throws, and Lee takes inside again, and it's 2-0. Carlos Lee with 47 RBIs, now hitting just a shade under 300. Berkman with his lead. Lincecum throws, and Lee takes a strike. That fastball hit the outside corner. 2-1.
That's how you take away a 2-0 advantage for a hitter. You do it with location, and that pitch was perfect. Knee high outside corner.
Lincecum now deals again to Lee, and Lee lines it foul down the left field line as he hit a changeup. It's 2-2. Jeff Blum on deck. We are in the 4th inning. This is the 3rd time in the game the Astros have got a runner in scoring position. 2-2 to Lee. Lincecum deals, swinging a high foul down the right field line and out of play. That was a high fastball that was not in the strike zone. So Lincecum trying to work out of trouble here in the 4th. He looks to second. He throws, swinging a foul into a hard ground ball right at the end of the Astros dugout. And it's 2-2. So Lee, when you see a guy swing at a fastball like that and hit it, you almost think that he's sitting on a changeup. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. It bounces out in front of home plate. Molina recovers quickly and throws out Lee. 1 out.
Second time he's gone out of the strike zone, down below the strike zone on a breaking ball to strike out against Lincecum. And with a runner at second, nobody out, I mean, that's a strikeout situation. Lincecum identified it and got the strikeout.
Well, here's Blum, who singled off of Lincecum in the 2nd inning, and that was the first hit Blum has ever gotten against Lincecum. He's now 1 for 9. Lincecum looks to second and throws, and Blum takes a curveball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Boy, that was a gift. That was off the plate inside.
So Lincecum breaking out the breaking ball. Berkman with his lead. Renteria holding him tight. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
He's softballing him. First pitch curveball. Followed it up with a beautiful changeup on the 0-1 count. And really, he's got that fastball set up, which he will do. He'll pitch backwards, get ahead with soft stuff, and then finish the guy off with a fastball. And this is where he tries to add the fastball and put a few extra miles per hour on it.
Let's see what he does. 0-2. Here it comes. Up and in with a fastball at 96. So he did add 1 and 2.
He's got such a keen awareness of his stuff and how to mix speeds, upset the timing of a hitter. It's instinctive with this kid.
The pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. He got a piece of it, but Molina hung on. Lincecum clearly in the strikeout mode. Is he at it again on the fastball? 5 strikeouts.
96'd him again, but again with a 2-seam grip, and that ball took off and slid right across the plate, across the letters. What a wicked pitch.
Here's Hunter Pence, who hit a sharp ground ball right over the bag at first that Ishikawa made a very nice play on. Here's the pitch, and it's a little low as Marvin Hudson had a flinch.
This guy's a dangerous hitter because he's kind of like Pablo Sandoval. He can square the ball up in a lot of different locations. There's one way to pitch this guy. You got to mix it up.
Next pitch is up and in on a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Pence, in his eyes, in the driver's seat, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch, swing and a chopper foul as Lincecum threw a 2-0 changeup. That's the beauty of what Lincecum has been able to do with the changeup.
He's any pitch at any time. He's absolutely fearless. There isn't anything that he's afraid of doing out there on the mound. He'll learn to pitch in the bullpen and take it into the game. Amazing confidence.
2-1 pitch, swinging a foul to the backstop. It's 2-2. And that was another changeup. Lincecum trying to pitch through a leadoff double by Lance Berkman, and now this near sellout crowd is getting behind this right-hander. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as he strikes out Lee, Blum, and Pence with Berkman standing on second base.
That's awesome.
AT&T Park, it's 0-0. As Nate Sherholtz will lead things off against Russ Ortiz, who's been terrific. Sherholtz struck out in the first. Ortiz throws. Sherholtz takes just outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Ortiz with 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 base hits. And Lincecum line looks exactly the same. The 1-0 pitch. Sherholtz hits it on the ground to first where Berkman has it. Berkman will take it himself. 1 out. And that'll bring up Renteria. Lincecum with 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. And he's allowed 2 base hits. The Giants have not, they've had some base runners. They just haven't been able to get the leadoff hitter on. Renteria was very unhappy with his at bat in the second when he struck out. So the former Giant pitching very well here in a place that he's very familiar with. The pitch to Renteria is low, 1 ball and no strikes. Travis Ishikawa to follow. Giants are 25-12 at home. They've got the home magic back. They lost it for a while. Renteria, it's a bouncing ball foul past Tim Flannery, and then it kicks right back to Flannery. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, I think this team feels that this is a home field advantage playing here because of the conditions, because of the atmosphere, because of the fans, and they believe in it.
Here's the 1-1 to Renteria, and it's low and in, and also because of the strength of their team is pitching. Take advantage of this ballpark.
Well, it is a pitcher-friendly ballpark, no question. We didn't think that the very first game that was played here.
Yeah, that game shouldn't have counted. 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's amazing.
Here it comes to Renteria, and Renteria loops 1 to right. Hunter Pence is over. Now he drifts back a little bit and he makes the catch. 2 outs. Yeah, Kevin Elster hit 3 home runs in that game. And everybody thought Another bandbox. Here we go.
6 home runs in that first game, Giants-Dodgers. You're right. We all thought we anticipated it was going to be a live yard because of how close right field was to home plate. The necessity to have a close fence because of the proximity to McCovey Cove.
How wrong we were. Here's Ishikawa. The pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball just foul down the first base line as Berkman fielded it and threw it to Russ Ortiz, who wasn't even looking, as Russ Ortiz was moving over to cover first. The ball ended up in front of the Giants dugout.
That looked a little funky, I got to be honest with you.
But worse, it hit Ortiz somewhere where it hurts. The 0-1 pitch to Ishikawa is low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck hitter is Juan Uribe. Ortiz throws to Ishikawa, and a swing and a line drive foul. Third base side into the club level. It's 1-2. A lot of pitching today, not a lot of offense. For Ortiz, this will be pitch number 62 if you keep track of those things. The 1-2 delivery to Ishikawa, swinging a sharp ground ball into the hole. Tejada has it on the backhand. His long throw, got him, and that's a fine play by Miguel Tejada, showing signs of the young Miguel Tejada. That'll do it through 4. It's 0-0. Fifth inning, no score, as Ivan Rodriguez just fouls the first pitch out of play. It's 0-1.
All right, thanks, Dwayne. And Dwayne said, here's John Miller. Didn't you? Well, his mic is not working now. What'd you do? Here is the 1-1 pitch, and it's a swing and a foul tip by Ivan Rodriguez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rodriguez struck out his first time. Lincecum has 6 strikeouts through 4 innings. He throws, and he's in the dirt with a changeup. 2-2 the count.
Is it working?
Say that again.
And here's John Miller.
Thank you very much, Dwayne, and hello again, everyone. There we go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Changeup struck him out swinging. Number 7 for Lincecum, including 4 in a row. Since Berkman led off the 4th inning with a double, Lincecum has struck out everybody he has faced.
You know, it's interesting, John, is Rodriguez was walking back. He was waiting for the replay on the scoreboard to see what was that pitch and how did he look.
And can you learn something from that? Here's the pitch. It's a bunt off the third base side of the mound. Lincecum lets it go to Sandoval, who throws to first for the out. Matsui, who has excellent speed, and it looked like Lincecum and Sandoval communicated there, because Lincecum, I think, had every intention of going after that bunt.
Well, you're right, and Lincecum thought he could make the play, but then I think he heard from Sandoval that I got a better shot at it. He did. He's got a better angle to throw, and Lincecum just got out of the way.
So 2 down, and here is Russ Ortiz. Russ hit a fly ball to left his first time, and he takes a fastball for a strike. Robin Roberts, Hall of Famer, end of his career, went to pitch for Baltimore, and Brooks Robinson was the third baseman. There was a ball off the third base side of the mound like that. There's a fastball in there for strike 2 to Ortiz. Roberts started to go after it, and then all of a sudden he heard footsteps, so he got out of the way. Brooksy barehanded it, threw the guy out at first, and then circled around the mound and said, "Hey, by the way, next time get out of the way there, brother. I'm pretty good on that play." Here's a here's a changeup in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He was good on that play.
Brooks Robinson, maybe the best defensive third baseman there ever was. 1-2 the count. Lincecum throws. Changeup right there. Strike 3 call. The 8th strikeout in these first 5 innings for Tim Lincecum. We go to the last of the 5th inning. Uribe, Lincecum, and Rowand due up. Giants nothing. Houston nothing.
Giants K-Zone is back. For every strikeout recorded by Tim Lincecum, and the Giants today will receive $1 off any View Reserve ticket for Lincecum's next start on Thursday, which is July 9th against the San Diego Padres.
Here is Juan Uribe to lead off for the Giants in the last of the 5th inning, and he swings and lines one right to the second baseman Matsui, who kneels and makes the catch. So Uribe, who took one over the first baseman's head and along the right field line for a double in the 2nd inning, this time with a similar approach, hits a liner but right to the second baseman. So bad luck there for Uribe, and here comes Tim Lincecum. Lincecum bats left-handed. He was called out on strikes his first time. No score in the game, last of the 5th. Ortiz from the stretch delivers. Fastball up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. The Giants no runs, 2 hits. Ortiz has 6 strikeouts. Houston no runs, 2 hits. Lincecum has 8 strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch, fastball right in there for a called strike. Tomorrow, Randy Johnson for the Giants and Roy Oswalt for the Astros. 105, great matchup. Here's the 1-1 pitch and a curveball over the outside for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Randy Johnson will be looking for his 304th career victory. Now Ortiz throws and another curve, and that is too low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Final score on the out-of-town scoreboard from Yankee Stadium. The Yankees in 12 innings defeated the Toronto Blue Jays 6-5. Yankees hit 3 home runs. Damon, Posada, Matsui all went deep. 2-2 pitch, fastball just a little bit below the knees. And Russ Ortiz now motions into Marvin Hudson and puts his hand out in front and says, "Are you saying it was down? Is that what you're saying?" 3-2 the count. Ortiz to the plate. High and outside, and he walks it. So that is the 3rd walk allowed by Russ Ortiz. And here comes Aaron Rowand. The leadoff man has been called out on strikes and flied out to shallow center. There's a lot of times where Hudson is not giving that pitch at the knees. He's saying it's below the knees. When you see those computerized strike zones, though, that use the missile guidance technology, those pitches usually show up as strikes. Here's the pitch to Rowand. Very high for ball 1. And I mean the pitch where it looks like the catcher has caught it just below the knees. But consider the catcher is usually 4 or 5 feet behind home plate. The definition of the strike zone has to do when the ball is over home plate. And that pitch, it looks like maybe the catcher caught it 2-3 inches beneath the knees, always reads out as being at the knees on that technology.
It has to be easier for an umpire to call the pitch by how the catcher caught it as opposed to where it goes by the hitter.
And it almost makes you think that that's what Marvin Hudson is doing on that low pitch. 1-0 to Rowand. The pitch. There's a swing, ground ball into the hole and through into left field, a base hit. He got jammed and still hooked it right through the left side of the infield. Neither Blum at 3rd nor Tejada at short had any chance to get to that one. Lincecum over to 2nd with 1 out. The Giants have 2 men on, and Randy Winn coming up.
Well, when you're playing at double play depth, and that's where Tejada was playing, it's always going to be difficult to even get a glove. Even though you're right, Rowand did not hit that ball very well, but it trickled right through the infield.
Well placed. Now Randy Winn, who has walked and lined out to left center. The outfield shades him toward the left field side. Batting left-handed. Russ Ortiz sets, delivers. Change up, and it's low for ball 1. Dodgers 1, Padres 1, top of the 5th in San Diego on the out-of-town scoreboard. In Philly, Phillies 3, Mets nothing, top of the 5th in Philadelphia. Jamie Moyer pitching that one for the Phils. No score here. 2 on, 1 out, though. The pitch outside. 2-0 to Randy Winn. Winn coming into this game 4 hits in 12 lifetime at bats against Ortiz, including a double and a triple. And he hit the ball sharply his last time up there, although Michael Bourne, the center fielder, tracked it down with his great speed. 2-0 the count. Ortiz on top. Here it comes. And a fastball is over the outside for a strike. 2-1. Pablo Sandoval is on deck for the Giants. Giants trying to grab the lead here. Neither team has had a hit yet with a runner in scoring position. Houston is 0 for 6 in those at bats. The Giants have gone 0 for 3. Lincecum at 2nd, Rowand at 1st. The 2-1 pitch on the outside corner again. Strike 2 called with a fastball. Now it's 2-2. And Ortiz, after falling behind in the count, picked up that outside edge a couple of times here. Now Wynn will have to protect wherever the pitch is. The outfield has gone even further toward left field now. The center fielder born well over toward left. Ortiz set at the belt. Here's his pitch. Swinging a double play ball, grounded to second. Picked up by Matsui. The second one. Tejada to first. Not in time. Rowan went in hard on Tejada to try and take him out. And Glenn, you played second base for many, many years in the big leagues. You think Matsui should have been a little more aggressive on that ball?
Well, I do know this. Randy Wynn got a good jump, but it is a ball that should be turned. And it looked like Matsui just kind of waited for that ball to get to him. If he could have come in even a half a more step, that could have been the difference on the play.
Tejada was able to get out of harm's way, eluding the hard charging Aaron Rowan, who went into a slide. Made a leap and throw to first. Had something on the throw as well. Here now is Sandoval. Runners at first and third, and Sandoval hits a base hit to right field. He got jammed and hit it right past the dive of Berkman. Scoring is Lincecum, and around to third goes Wynn, and the Giants lead 1-0. Sandoval has his second hit of the game. He got that Ortiz cutter right in on the hands and still was able to hook it right by the diving Berkman at first base.
Well, he's so strong that even if he doesn't square it up perfectly, he's going to get enough on it. And Berkman made an effort, but the ball was by him.
So the Astros' inability to turn that double play has cost them a run. That double play would have ended the inning. Now Benji Molina to try and make it hurt even more. Molina has popped up to short and struck out. Right-handed hitter holding the bat high behind his right ear. Ortiz pitches, and a slider low and outside for ball one. Berkman had been holding on the bag with the speedy Wynn with Sandoval at the plate, which opened up that hole for Sandoval to take a shot at, and Berkman made a great effort to try and cover up anyway, but it was just beyond him. Now the 1-0 pitch. Molina hits one off the fist. A ground ball foul on the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hey, Harry Belafonte just entered the ballpark. Led the fans in a couple of Deos there.
I love it when he shows up.
Thank you, Harry. 1-1 the count. Ortiz pitches. There's a swing and a ground ball foul, and Benji may have broken it. He did break his bat. That ball was way inside. Benji almost got hit by that pitch and swung at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think Benji in the final analysis might have had to actually hit that ball to keep it from hitting him on the right arm. 1-2. Wynn at third. Sandoval at first. Sandoval picking up his 44th RBI of the year on his base hit. 1-0 Giants. The pitch with Sandoval running very high and off the glove of the catcher. Breaking for the plate is Wynn. The throw home, and he is in. Ortiz got there to take the throw from Rodriguez, and Ortiz argues with Marvin Hudson, and here comes Cecil Cooper, the manager, out of the dugout. That pitch was high, and Rodriguez, who I think had an eye on trying to throw out Sandoval, was unable to catch it. It hit off his glove, went to the backstop, but it caromed back toward Rodriguez, and he was able to get it quickly and feed the ball to Ortiz at the plate. And it was a very close play, and Randy Wynn slid in straight on, and looking at the television replay, you could see why Ortiz is arguing. Ortiz actually tried to block him off the plate.
Yeah, if Ortiz blocked him off the plate, then he was out, and he sure could have been called out.
He might well have succeeded in blocking him off the plate, but he was called safe on what is scored as a pass ball. 2-0 Giants, and another runner in scoring position. Now a base hit could mean a run with Sandoval at second base. Sandoval steals second base, and the run scores on the passed ball by Pudge Rodriguez. 2-2 the count. Here's Ortiz set. Looks at second. The pitch on the way. Swing, line drive, base hit to center field. Hit hard. Bourne charges the ball. Here comes a throw. Heading home is Sandoval. The ball is there. He makes a dive around the tag, and he is called out. And Sandoval ended up hitting the plate umpire, Hudson. He tried to elude the tag as he hurtled himself past the bag, or past the plate on the pitcher's mound side of the plate, reaching out for the plate. But apparently Rodriguez got the tag on him, and the inning is over. Great throw there by Michael Bourne. Inning number 6. The Giants out in front 2-0. Lincecum goes to work to Michael Bourne and throws him a called strike in the outside corner. It is 0-1. Bourne has struck out looking and grounded out to second, and he is 1 for 6 in the series. Change up, swung on and missed. Strike 2. Third baseman Sandoval had been playing shallow in deference to the great speed of Bourne, but now at 2 strikes he backs up. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Change up, taken low for a ball. Lincecum has 8 strikeouts. He has walked 1. He has also struck out 5 of the last 6 Houston hitters. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball, reach for and foul back to the screen.
I'm watching Pablo Sandoval at third base take inventory, and he's got a huge hole in his uniform just above his right knee. And he keeps testing that knee. I mean, he really had an awkward slide.
There's a ground ball to second. Over to his left is Uribe. From the edge of the outfield grass, has it, throws to first for the out, and 1 away.
Hey, if you remember, I believe it was in September last year, Sandoval had the awkward slide at Dodger Stadium, and he missed about 4 or 5 games. And yeah, he just dug that right knee into the ground.
That is one guy the Giants can absolutely not afford to lose.
Well, he veered off to the pitcher's mound side of home plate as he saw where Rodriguez was setting himself for that throw up the third baseline a little bit from home plate. There's a called strike over the outside to Tejada. Tejada, a right-handed hitter, has grounded out to first and grounded out to third. He is 0 for 2. But he just veered over to the pitcher's mound side of home plate with the idea that he was going to throw his body away from the plate and reach out with his hand. And as Dwayne described it, that right knee hit hard on the ground, and apparently that's where he tore his pant leg as the ball is fouled back to the screen by Tejada. Strike 2.
You know he's missing some skin.
Yeah, big time. There's got to be a chunk or 2 missing above the right knee.
Matter of fact, I think I can see it laying at home plate.
There it is.
There it is. Look at it. It's still beating.
0-2 the count. And here it comes. A line drive foul down the right field line.
Ooh, nice pick by our ball dude down the right field line.
Mike Peckner.
They're showing the plate again on the in-house monitor, and you could see right as the pant leg tore for Sandoval as the ball is fouled off the fists by Tejada, the first base side over near the Astros dugout. 0-2 the count.
Well, it's a concern of Bruce Bochy that because of how recklessly Pablo Sandoval plays. I mean, that style of play has endeared him to Giants fans. Part of what makes him so much fun to watch.
Here's a slider pulled foul on the third base side. Still 0-2 to Tejada. Berkman is on deck.
Well, you're right. He's still testing it.
Reckless abandon.
Reckless abandon. Play like that, you get hurt.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing, and he chops it foul back behind the plate. I don't know how he got a piece of that one. So Tejada very doggedly hangs in there at the plate. Tejada has not had a hit in this series, has not yet reached base in the series. 0-2 pitch. Change up, and he chops at it, dribbles it foul ever so slowly off to the left of the plate.
Well, he has taken some awkward swings, isn't he?
So now with those last couple of swings at the Lincecum change up, if you're Lincecum, what are you thinking?
Don't throw him a strike, because he's swinging at whatever he throws up there.
0-2 pitch. Fastball bounced right back to Lincecum on one easy hop, and he throws him out at first. 2 away. Two down, nobody on, and here is Lance Berkman, who has walked and hit a double toward the left field corner. Berkman, switch hitter, batting left-handed. Berkman is now 3 for 10 lifetime against Lincecum. Lots of power, hunched over at the waist as he takes one, a changeup in the dirt. For ball 1. Berkman has always been much more powerful from the left side than the right side. And this year he's just been much better all the way around as a left-handed hitter, hitting only .211 right-handed. Now the pitch is fouled, a fastball in on the hands, fouled back over the screen into the crowd. 1-1.
Well, he's always been streaky, and he's just starting to heat up. He had a 13 for 27 in his last 27 at bats coming into this ball game, and that's pretty much the way he goes. His hits come in bunches, kind of like Randy Winn.
1 ball, 1 strike to Berkman. Here it comes.
Oh, good pitch.
Just off the inside. That's a fastball. Had that little drifting action coming back to the plate, but he did not get the call. Pitches around the knees have not been called strikes very often today. Now a changeup, low and outside for a ball, and it is 3-1. Berkman walked in the first inning, hit the double in the fourth. Giants ahead 2-0 here in the sixth. Tim Lincecum looking at Molina into his windup. The 3-1 pitch, fastball off the outside, and he walks him. And that extends the inning to the cleanup hitter, Carlos Lee, and he will be the possible tying run. Dave Clark, the third base coach, flashes some signs to Carlos Lee and Lance Berkman. What possible signs could they be giving here? The home run sign?
Well, I don't even know if Carlos Lee knows the signs.
I try to, Carlos, this is the sign that's just like all the others. Try to launch it, and he drills one to left, but it's hanging and right into the glove of Randy Winn to end the inning. Well, now we know their signs, at least to Carlos Lee. Try to launch one. That's the sign. We go to the last half of the sixth inning. 1 man left on for Houston. No runs. Sure hold.
2-0 Giants as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Russ Ortiz getting set to pitch, and here again is John Miller.
Nate Sherholtz, a left-handed hitter, and he takes a curveball too low for ball 1. Sherholtz has struck out and grounded out to first. He is 0 for 2 in the game. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Giants. No runs, 2 hits for Houston. Last of the 6th. Russ Ortiz working out of the stretch even with nobody on. And he throws another curveball. That is in there for a called strike. Phillies lead the Mets 3-1. Top of the 6th in Philadelphia. Dodgers and Padres 1-1. Top of the 6th in San Diego. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing, and it's dribbled softly off the first base side of the mound. Ortiz over near the line to pick it up and then throws to first to retire Sherholtz, and that is out number 1.
Ortiz has thrown the ball beautifully. Every pitch he's thrown today has been out of the stretch position. And if you think back a couple years prior to his arm surgery, he had an unusual take back as he would break his hands and take his arm back to get ready to make his pitch to home. He almost corkscrewed the ball from his glove, a direct path right across his chest. Very unusual. Well, that's gone. Now it's a much more orthodox style of delivery, much easier on his arm.
Running up as if to bunt is Renteria, and the pitch is in there for a called strike. The curveball from Ortiz. Renteria has struck out and flied out to right. He is 0 for 2. Renteria coming into this game had a .304 lifetime average against Russ, including a home run. Now the 0-1 pitch, and a curveball over the outside corner. Strike 2 called.
Russ Ortiz yesterday was telling us that this is the most fun he's had in a long time. I mean, last several years he was battling injury, didn't feel right, had some problems with mechanics, but he says, I just feel like I'm having so much fun. He goes, I want to pitch till I'm 45.
0-2 the count to Renteria. 2-strike pitch. Very high with a fastball. Well, he left the Giants, was traded to Atlanta. He was a 21-game winner his first year in Atlanta, 2003, and won 15 the next year. Signed a big free agent contract with Arizona, 2005. There's a high fastball, struck him out swinging. Renteria is 0 for 3. That is the 7th strikeout for Ortiz. 2 down in the Giants' 6th. The Giants ahead 2-0, and here is Travis Ishikawa. But when Ortiz got to Arizona, just everything started to fall apart. He was hurting. He could not win a game. He started getting booed. He had probably the worst year, 2005 and into 2006, that any pitcher in the majors had who started on a regular basis. The pitch now to Ishikawa, and a curveball is just a little bit up on the outside for ball 1. Ishikawa has struck out and grounded out. Ortiz was 5-11 with a 6.89 ERA his first year in Arizona. 0-5 with a 7.54 ERA the next year. And then they released him and ate a huge amount of money on his very large contract. Just cut him loose as the pitch is in for a strike to Ishikawa. 1-1 the count. In that 2-year period, he was 5-19, and a fastball is very high. 2-1 to Ishikawa. He ended up being picked up by Baltimore in 06. Baltimore had nobody to pitch after going 0-5 with Arizona. 7.54 ERA. He was 0-3 with an 8.48 ERA in Baltimore. The Giants had him at the early part of 07. He actually pitched fairly well at first. 2-1 pitch. Fastball over the outside for a called strike 2. Finally, the 3rd time he went on the disabled list in 07 with the Giants was the final time he missed the rest of the year, and missed all of last year after the so-called Tommy John surgery. But now back in the big leagues with the Astros. 2 down, nobody on. 2-0, the Giants ahead. A little bit of a stronger breeze has picked up now. The flags out in right center field indicate blowing out toward left field. 2-2 the count. Ortiz pitches. There's a swing and a bouncer to short. Quickly over to his right is Tejada. The off balance throw to first, a little bit high, and he pulls Berkman off the bag. Safe at first is Ishikawa. Tejada moving to his right. He made kind of a jump pivot off his right foot and a snap throw, and he was a little bit high with it.
I'm surprised he didn't get his feet set. He threw it on the run, and I think he had time to get his feet set with Ishikawa, who's not a fast runner. So the Giants catch a 2-out break there. And again, I question the decision of how Tejada made that play.
Scored as a hit for Ishikawa. And here is Uribe, who's had a double to right and a line out to second. Right-handed hitter. And Ortiz drops one in there for a called strike. Twins and Tigers are playing in the American League. Twins 2, Tigers nothing. Last of the 6th inning at the Metrodome. Kadire and Morneau home runs. Number 20 for Justin Morneau. Now the stretch, the pitch. Uribe swings and lines a base hit to left field. Over to second goes Ishikawa. Carlos Lee picks it up, throws it back. And the Giants have 2 men on. And here comes Tim Lincecum now. Giants ahead 2-0 in the 6th. Diamondbacks play Colorado tonight in Denver. Yusmeiro Petit for Arizona. Aaron Cook for Colorado, the red-hot Rockies, who have now gone 22-5 in their last 27 games. Cubs lost to the Brewers today 11-2 at Wrigley Field. Nationals beat Atlanta 5-3. The Reds beat the Cardinals 5-2. Lincecum takes a fastball up and away for ball 1. The Red Sox lost to the Mariners at Fenway Park 3-2. And the Yankees beat the Blue Jays in 12 innings at Yankee Stadium 6-5. Giants lead Houston 2-0. Last of the 6th. 2 men on, 2 men out. Ortiz to Lincecum. And he's low with a fastball. 2-0. Lincecum drew a walk with 1 out of the 5th inning, and that is what started a 2-run Giants rally. And here comes the pitching coach, Dewey Robinson, out to the mound to talk to Ortiz. The Astros conferencing at the pitcher's mound as the count to Tim Lincecum is going to 2-0.
Now this is a situation you have to pitch Lincecum like he's Barry Bonds. The way that Lincecum is throwing, and the Astros already down 2-0 in this game. Ortiz has really got to bear down here, and I think that Dewey Robinson went out there and just gave a little pep talk.
Ishikawa at second, Uribe at first. Now the pitch, and that is up and away. Ball 3. Aaron Rowand is on deck. The outfield push well over toward the left field line against Lincecum, batting left-handed. Ortiz 3-0 pitch. High and outside. He has walked him for the 2nd straight time. And now the bases are loaded for Rowand.
Well, what did Dusty Baker used to say? Russ Ortiz would have that 1 inning where Russ would be Russ. And this could be that inning. And very quickly the Astros have responded, and they've got their bullpen up and running.
The only grand slam hit by the Giants this year was hit by Edgar Renteria back in April against the Padres. Rowand with a shot for 1 right here as the Astros bullpen gets busy. There's a swing and a foul. He threw that slider. He throws it very hard on the outer part of the plate, up a little bit, and Rowand fouled it off Rodriguez, the catcher. 0-1.
Right-hander Chris Sampson now throwing for the Astros in their bullpen.
Rowand has struck out looking, flied out to shallow center, and singled to left. Ishikawa at third, Uribe at second, and Lincecum at first. Ortiz ready. The 1-strike pitch. Off the fists. He's swinging a foul right back to the screen. He jammed him, and it's 0-2. So Rowand quickly very much behind in the count here to Russ Ortiz. With 2 down and nobody on, that's when this started. And Ishikawa beat out an infield hit. He's at third. Uribe is at second. Lincecum, who just walked, is at first. 2 strikes the count to Rowand. Ortiz pitches. Fastball is low. 1-2. That is the 104th pitch of the afternoon thrown by Russ Ortiz. 3 men on, 2 men out. All the runners ready to go in anything here. Ready to run at the crack of the bat. With 2 down as Rowan asks for time and backs away. Very briefly. Here's the stretch again by Ortiz. The 1-2 pitch. Inside with a fastball. 2-2 now to Rowan. Giants got 2 runs in the 5th inning. And a chance here with a clutch 2-out hit to add to that lead. 3 men on, 2 men out. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a hard ground ball into left field, a base hit. Ishikawa scores. Racing around third is Uribe. He scores. A 2-run single for Rowan, and now it is 4-0 Giants.
That's great money hitting right there. Rowan has had 2 big at-bats in this ball game. When you cash in on a 2-strike, 2-out knock with the bases loaded, and you double your lead, that is a money at-bat. And that was not a hanger either. That was right where Russ Ortiz wanted to put it. Hands high, right there inside corner. It takes a strong man to turn that pitch around.
So Rowan gets that clutch hit. His 36th and 37th RBIs of the year. And now Randy Winn. Lincecum stopped at second on the base hit to left by Rowan. He's at second. Rowan at first. 2 down. Winn batting left-handed. And he takes a changeup low. 1 ball and no strikes. Winn has walked, lined out to left center, and grounded into a force play. A force play that perhaps should have been a double play. They didn't turn it. That kept the inning alive, and the Giants got 2 runs after that. That was in the 5th. The pitch, swing, and there's a drive into the gap in right center field. That's going to go through. It will roll to the wall at the center field bleachers. Lincecum scores. Here comes Rowan, and he scores. A stand-up double for Randy Winn. It's turned into a big inning. 6-0 Giants.
How hot is Randy Winn? You make a small mistake in the middle of that strike zone, he will make you pay. And it seems like every ball coming off his bat's finding a gap. Giants with 2 outs in this series have been fantastic.
Well, 6 runs have scored in the last 2 innings, all after 2 are down, including 2 2-out hits here. And meanwhile, Cecil Cooper is going to stick with Ortiz. They're going to walk Sandoval intentionally with the right-handed hitting Molina coming up next. By the way, you might be wondering, well, is Ortiz about to bat? Is that it? Ortiz is not up until 5th in the 7th inning for the Astros.
I just think they're going to get the intentional walk here to Sandoval and then bring in a pitcher.
And an Astro fan might figure it's a batter or 2 too late to go get Ortiz now. Here's ball 3 outside. Sandoval has had a single, a walk, and an RBI single in this game, and there's ball 4 to Pablo. So runners at first and second. Here comes Cecil Cooper, and he signals to the bullpen for Sampson. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Russ Ortiz departs, and he was pitching a pretty good ball game, but was not really helped out by his defense. Keep in mind that previous inning, as we said, could have ended on a double play hit by Winn, but they did not turn it. Matsui might not have been as aggressive as they would have liked. And in this inning, with 2 down and nobody on, Ishikawa got an infield hit on which Tejada may well have had a little bit more time to set himself for the throw than he took.
Right. And the other thing, too, John, is Ortiz is going to kick himself for walking Tim Lincecum. He's walked him twice, and both times Lincecum was part of the 2 innings where the Giants have scored runs.
Yeah, Lincecum has been a key man, which is just not supposed to happen. Not with walks anyway.
No. The attendance today, 34,582, is brought to you by the law offices of tax attorney Steve Moskowitz, LLP. Call 1-888-TAX-DEAL. How's that Dodger game going?
Well, let's find out.
Let's.
The 7th inning, the Dodgers won and the Padres won as Casey Blake gets himself a base hit. Manny Ramirez, who hit a home run in the 1st inning, but that's his only hit of the game so far. Let's go back to Dwayne and Mike and the other guy up in San Francisco.
The new pitcher is right-hander Chris Sampson. So Sampson comes in to face Benji Molina. Thanks. That update was fantastic.
Yeah, nice going.
You might as well go right to the source.
James Loney, the left-handed hitter, comes to the plate now. Farmer John, freshly dressed Eastern back to Jim. All right, Benny, as a swing and a foul. Not our sponsor. Whoops. Back to the screen on a foul by Benji Molina, and the count is 0-1. Along with Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow, this is Jim Miller. I'm going with it.
That's all right. Hey, he's a Hall of Famer. He can call you whatever he wants to.
Although I prefer James. 0-1 the count to Molina, and the pitch. Inside for a ball to Benji Molina. 1 ball, 1 strike. Benji has popped up to short, struck out, and singled. He is 1 for 3 in the game. 6-0 the Giants lead. A 2-run 5th inning, followed by a 4-run 6th inning. Now the pitch, and a sinker right over the outside corner at the knees. Strike 2 call.
No, that's what you're going to get with Sampson. He's a sinker slider guy, but he can throw a curve and a change as well. I mean, that's why he's a guy they usually like to see later in the game. For him to be effective, he's got to be down around the knees. That's where he gets most of his movement.
There's a swing and a bloop along the right field line. That's in there. Base hit. Coming around third is Wynn. He's going to score. Going to third and stopping is Sandoval. Or is that's a pinch runner for Sandoval? That is Rich Aurelia, just back from the bereavement list. And Aurelia, the pinch runner, ends up at third, and Benji Molina has himself a bloop double along the right field line to make it 7-0 Giants.
That may be the hit of the year.
Well,
you could only hit that ball if you have the extendo bat, and that's what Benji Molina's got.
well, that'll definitely make a pitcher talk to himself. You make a pitch like that, and you wind up getting beat on it.
5 runs have scored in the inning. And here is Sherholtz, left-handed hitter. Sampson delivers. There's a sharp ground ball past the mound and into center field. Base hit. Aurelia scores, and Molina goes to third on a single by Nate Sherholtz, his first hit of the game. Sherholtz, who led off the inning with a comebacker to Russ Ortiz, gets a second shot at it here in the same inning, and this time knocks in a run. And now 6 runs have scored in the inning, and the Giants have an 8-0 lead. And all 8 of those runs are charged to Russ Ortiz. Here is Edgar Renteria. Runners at first and third. Edgar takes a slider, check swing. The ball glances off the bat into the glove of Rodriguez for a strike. It's 0-1.
It's hard to imagine that you would say I was impressed with the way Ortiz threw when you talk about 8 earned runs, but I was impressed.
I was too, and I agree with you. He is 100% back from that Tommy John surgery.
Now the pitch, and that is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Renteria. 8 runs for the Giants. The Giants in this inning have had 8 consecutive hitters reach base after the first 2 men made out. Renteria struck out his first time in the inning and is 0 for 3 in the game. And a sinker low and outside for a ball, 2-1. And Renteria is one of those who would agree with you that Ortiz threw very well today. Ortiz had a shutout going with 2 down in the 5th inning. The Giants scratched out a couple of runs. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball over to short. To his left goes Tejada. And he flips a backhand feed to Matsui at second in time with a force out on Sherholtz. And the inning is over. And another ovation for the Giants, who had 2 down and nobody on, put together a 6-run inning. Now we go to the 7th. Lincecum back to the hill to face Blum, Pence, and third base after coming in as a runner for Sandoval, and Andres Torres goes into center field replacing Aaron Rowand. Lincecum still in there with an 8-0 lead. Here to tell you about it, Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, John, first pitch is a fastball that Blum kind of had a half swing at it and he missed it, and it's no balls and 1 strike. It'll be Blum, Pence, and then Rodriguez. Next pitch is a high fly ball to right. Scherholtz now comes in and he puts it away, 1 out. So Blum is retired, and here's Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence bounced out to Ishikawa on a fine play by the Giants first baseman in the 2nd, and then Pence was the 6th strikeout victim for Tim Lincecum, who's got 8 in the game. First pitch to Pence is a fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1. Next pitch, Pence lines this one into the seats, just under the railing of the club level first row. And a quick 0-2 for Tim Lincecum. Inching up on the 100 pitch mark. He's got 94. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul again to the club level. Same spot, a little higher, and a nice catch by a Giants fan who brought his glove, as most Giants fans do.
Giants fans lead all of baseball in the gloves that they bring to this ballpark.
Next pitch to Pence is down low.
And I think that's kind of our signature as fans. Come to the yard, we bring our gloves.
And they're pretty good in the stands on pop-ups and fly balls. 1-2. Lincecum looks in. Now he winds and he throws, and it's a high chopper over the mound. Uribe on the backhand. Quick exchange to first in the dirt. Dug out by Ishikawa, and Pence is gone. 2 down. Uribe, who's got that terrific arm, made a nice play.
What's the key to that play?
Well, the key to is getting as much on the throw as you can with all of your momentum going away from where you're throwing it. And what you can do is just, you're not going to get a lot on the throw, so you got to get it out of your glove in a hurry, and that's what Uribe did.
Oh, nice play from Travis Ishikawa, digging out the one hopper on the back end of that play.
Yeah, you know, you got to have confidence that that guy over at first is going to dig it out. Here's Ivan Rodriguez, who struck out twice, and he takes a belt-high fastball for a strike. Coming into the game, Rodriguez was 2 for 2 lifetime against Lincecum. The 0-1 pitch, swinging a foul to the backstop on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-2.
He's taking advantage of that 8-0 lead, and Lincecum is just going right after him with fastballs. And Rodriguez is 1 strikeout away from a hat trick.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's low and in on a changeup. 1-2.
Yeah, I really look forward every 5 days to when Tim Lincecum takes the ball.
Yeah.
He is just growing right before our eyes into one of the best pitchers, not just of his generation, but of a lot of generations.
The 1-2 pitch, swinging a sharp ground ball, diving is Aurelia. It's past him, over the bag at third, over the bullpen mound is Randy Wynn, gets to it, and it will be a 2-out double for Ivan Rodriguez. Just a sharp ground ball by the future Hall of Famer, and he's now 1 for 3, and that'll bring up Kaz Matsui. That's the 3rd hit for Houston. Matsui is 0 for 2. He tried to bunt his way on in the 5th, and Sandoval threw him out. Lincecum at the belt, and the pitch to Matsui is high. 1 ball and no strikes. A shutout last night for the Giants as they beat the Astros 13-0. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lincecum working quickly now, throws, and it's outside for a ball. Giants have a major league leading 10 shutouts this season. 2 balls and a strike to Matsui. Here's the pitch, and it's high, a fastball, 3-1. And now we're going to see some Giants pitchers or pitcher headed down to the bullpen. It's 3-1 to Matsui.
105 pitches on the day for Lincecum.
Here's the pitch. Matsui pops it up down the left field line. Aurelia giving chase, but this is going to curl into the seats. It's a full count.
Lincecum's last start in St. Louis was a complete game shutout. He threw 95 pitches in that complete game. Lincecum did not allow a runner to get to third base in that ball game in St. Louis, and he has not allowed a runner to get to third base today against these Astros.
3-2. Fans are into it as Lincecum looks into Molina. And now the young right-hander pauses, and he throws, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. His 9th strikeout. As he walks off the mound, the people are standing here at AT&T Park. And why not? Misses. No balls and 1 strike. Sampson ended the 6th inning, so he goes out for the 7th. And he throws, and Ishikawa swings and misses again. 0-2. Eight runs on 11 hits for the Giants. Another terrific scoring afternoon. Lincecum with 9 strikeouts. He's allowed 3 hits. He's walked 2. The pitch to Ishikawa is outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 8-0. That's your 7th inning summary, sponsored by Fry's Electronics. Your best buys are always at Fry's, guaranteed. The 1-2 pitch to Ishikawa is outside to even the count at 2-2 with Juan Uribe to follow.
I'm watching Brandon Metters get loose down in the Giants bullpen, and I got to believe that Tim Lincecum's day is done. And if that's the case, a remarkable statistic has happened here in the last 3 games combined.
Ishikawa takes outside 3-2. It really looked like a good pitch, but Sampson didn't get the call. Full count.
We talked about today, Lincecum has not allowed a runner past second base. He did not allow a runner past second base in St. Louis.
3-2 pitch. Ishikawa hits a high pop-up down the left field line. Lee moving over. Lee underneath it, and he makes the catch. 1 out.
And if you go back to 2 starts ago when he allowed 1 run against the A's, the last 2 innings in that outing, he didn't allow a runner to get even on base. So that's 18 consecutive innings where he hasn't allowed a runner to get past second base.
Well, I know this. We just got a shot of Lincecum. He is campaigning like a big dog with his manager to stay in the game. Here's Uribe. And the pitch, and Uribe hits a topper to short for Tejada. Tejada has a big hop and throws onto Berkman. 2 outs, and here's Lincecum. He's going to hit.
Well, if Lincecum wants to campaign for anything, I got to believe Bruce Bochy is going to agree to it. What this kid means to this team, you can't stress how important he is. What a year he's had. Wow.
Here's the pitch to Lincecum, and he takes high. 1-0. He's walked twice in this game. Both times it's been a very big part of the runs the Giants have scored in that inning. The 1-0 pitch, and Lincecum swings and misses to even the count. A 1-out walk in the 5th inning. Giants scored twice. And then in the 6th, he walked to load the bases. Here's the 1-1 to Lincecum, and Lincecum hits a shot foul down the left field line over the tarp, and it's 1-2. Right now, anything Lincecum does, the fans are going to cheer. He may strike out here, and they're going to cheer. Let's put a whole new meaning to the number 55. Let's put it that way.
Oh. Agreed.
The 1-2 delivery to Lincecum, and it's strike 3 call, and that will end the inning. We will head to the 8th here at AT&T Park. It's the Giants 8 and the Astros nothing. 9 on Lincecum, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. Those numbers brought to you by Burr, Pilger and Mayer, the largest California-based accounting and business consulting firm. Brendan Metters on the hill. Here's John Miller.
Darren Erstad, the pinch hitter for Samson, and a fastball is off the outside for ball 1. In the Astros bullpen, Jose Valverde has gotten up to start throwing. Here's the pitch now to Erstad, and a fastball is high. 2-0.
You know, we haven't mentioned, is it unanimous that we missed Dave?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we miss him. Dave who?
Yeah.
Dave who?
Dave.
Yeah, I miss him. I'm trying to. And it's going to come to me.
From the Dave Fleming show.
Dave's not here.
Oh, yeah. I heard the talk show last night. Yeah, very good show.
He was on for 3 hours last night.
I wondered who that was. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And it's a fastball on the outside corner at the knees. Strike 2 called.
Well, isn't he going to come and do the post-game show and take it to the midnight hour again here after this game?
I think he should.
I don't see why not.
He's good.
He's good.
He had a lot more things to say by the end of that show last night, I could tell. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul in the air off the third base side, back into the crowd. 2-2 the count. Apparently, they wanted him only to go about 45 minutes or so after a game. But Dave said, no, I'd like to go a lot longer than that.
Yeah,
I think they didn't realize he wasn't kidding. Or that he was kidding. Here's a swing and a foul back to the backstop off the glove of Molina. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Well, before Dave was doing the show, anytime there were fireworks, it was Dave, we're going to do a quick wrap and then we're going to get out of here because the fireworks interfere. So I forgot yesterday that he had the show afterward. So Dave, we're going to have a quick fireworks show so we can get out of here. And he went, oh, okay.
he was not enthusiastic.
Okay.
Great. Let's just make it real quick. Here's the pitch now. And a curveball is in the dirt for a ball.
Well, Dave Fleming, who does the post-game show, is the only guy in the ballpark that hopes for a 4-hour and 62-minute game.
He's tired. He wants to see the girls.
I don't blame him. Just got back off a 10-day road trip. He wanted to go home.
But he does not mail it in. He does not mail it in.
There's a swing and a broken back grounder to first. Ishikawa's got it. Underhands to Metters over to cover. In time for the putout on Erstad. And 1 away. By the way, Tim Lincecum went 7 innings without allowing a run. He allowed only 3 hits. Had 9 strikeouts and a couple of walks. Lincecum gives way here to Brandon Metters. Lincecum on Monday at St. Louis pitched a shutout. 9 innings, only 2 hits allowed. And in his start prior to that, which was June 23rd over in Oakland, he allowed a run in the 2nd inning and none after that. So what's that? 23 consecutive scoreless innings now by Lincecum as a ball is bounced foul off to the right by Michael Bourne. Bourne, batting left-handed, is 0 for 3 in the game.
Maybe he wants to start the All-Star game for the National League.
He's looking awfully all-starish.
He is
lately. 0-1 the count to Bourne. The pitch to him from Metters, and a little bit low for a ball. Lincecum lowered his earned run average today to 2.23. Dan Herron of the Diamondbacks leads the league at 2.19. There's a swing and a miss by Bourne. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lincecum threw 107 pitches in his 7 innings, which is the only blemish, I guess, on his day. Lincecum lately has been throwing a lot less pitches than that. There's a swing and a foul back to the backstop. Lincecum in his previous start in St. Louis on Monday pitched a complete game on 95 pitches. Bruce Bochy was talking about that before the game, where he feels now Lincecum, and that's become part of the idea that Lincecum not only wants to pitch well, but he wants to go the distance. He had finished 3 of his last 4 starts before today, and a curveball is swung on and missed by Michael Bourne. Strike 3. 2 down. There's something that you said earlier in the week, Mike, about Lincecum and how he had made this metamorphosis in a fairly short time in his very young career. And I read a quote the other day when we were in St. Louis that I thought was apropos to Lincecum. There's a swing by Tejada and a fly ball foul off the right field line and back to the bricks at the end of the grandstand. Here's the quote. I became a good pitcher when I stopped trying to make them miss the ball and started trying to make them hit it. And that was a quote from Sandy Koufax. And I guess it could also apply to Lincecum now. Here's a swing and a pop up off the third base side. Going down the line toward the bullpen is Aurelia, and he makes the catch, battling the wind and the sun as he did. That's a nice play. And the Astros go down in order. Houston has not scored a run in this series. We go to the last half of the 8th inning. Top of the order coming up for the Giants. Torres, Wynn, and Aurelia. Giants 8, Houston nothing. Torres rips one into the gap in left center field. Base hit. Hustling over to try and cut it off his Lee. He succeeds, but he is not going to be able to keep Torres from getting a double as Andres slides with a headfirst dive into second to get that 2-bagger. So the first at bat of the day for Andres Torres after entering the game in the 7th inning out in center field, and Torres hustles one into a double against the new Houston pitcher, the big closer Jose Valverde, who apparently is just going to get a little work in here today.
I think they just called a balk.
And they did.
And I don't have any idea how that could be called. It sure looked like timeout.
Well, they are going to bring him back now.
Yeah.
And Angel Hernandez, who had called the balk, apparently had not realized that timeout had been granted at home plate. And the plate umpire, Marvin Hudson, goes out and informs Angel Hernandez that timeout had been called. So no balk.
I've never seen that before. Guy calls a balk, then not a minute later he calls an unbalk.
We've seen lots of balks called, but that is the first unbalk. Randy Wynn has walked, lined out to left center, hit into a force play, and hit a 2-run double. Batting left-handed. Ground ball to second. Out into shallow right, and to his left goes Matsui to field it, and he throws to first for the out, and over to third goes Andres Torres.
Valverde, the closer for the Astros, he's got great stuff. He's got a 94 to 98 mile-an-hour fastball with a very good split. Didn't have the greatest command with that fastball, but that split it's legit. There has never been a closer who likes to get in these ball games, ever.
Rich Aurelia now with the infield in for the Astros. The Giants ahead 8-0 here in the 8th inning. Aurelia up for the first time. He came in as a pinch runner for Sandoval. He swings and lifts one to center field. Tagging at third is Torres. Battling the sun out there is Bourne, and he steps back and makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Torres. 9-0 Giants. Aurelia gets the run batted in. th RBI for Rich Aurelia, who had been away from the club the last week on a bereavement leave. His father passed away, and Rich went to be with the family. Two down, and here is Benji Molina. Molina has popped up to short, struck out, singled, and doubled. Giants sent Matt Downs down to Fresno to make room in the roster for the return of Aurelia. And there's a called strike on the outside to Molina. When Aurelia was placed on the bereavement list, Ryan Sadowski had been the man brought up. And Sadowski has made himself at home here. There's a fastball away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sadowski started last Sunday in Milwaukee and last night here, and has not yet allowed a run in the big leagues in 2 starts. 13 scoreless innings pitched. Molina 2 for 4 in the game. Swings and hits a fly ball along the right field line, slicing toward the corner, and foul off the bricks right next to the McCovey loft suite down there that comes out of one of the archways, the first archway in foul territory. I'd like to see a game from that spot.
We're doing a game from there.
I heard that.
Yeah. Oh, you were setting us up. I got you.
You, John, you.
I'm not doing a game from there. When is it? Tuesday?
Tuesday night, Comcast Sportsnet.
1-2 the count. I didn't say I wanted to do a game from there. I just said I wanted to see a game from there.
That's true.
I also wanted to be in a boat out in McCovey Cove during the game. Here's a swing, and Molina hits a pop-up into shallow right center. In comes Pence, reaches up, and makes the catch. Molina retired, and so are the Giants. They get a run, though, on the leadoff double by Torres, and eventually a fly ball by Aurelia. On to the 9th inning now. Merkin Valdez will come in for the Giants bullpen. The Giants 9, Houston 0.
will receive $1 off any View Reserve ticket for Lincecum's next start, which will be on Thursday, July 9th. So right now there are 10 strikeouts, $10 off. So go online to sfgiants.com starting 1 hour after the conclusion of today's game and type in the code GIANTSK to receive your discount. Marquin Valdez is the new pitcher for the Giants, and here's John.
And Eli Whiteside now the catcher. And Jim Molina out of the game as Valdez misses with ball 1 to Lance Berkman. Berkman has walked, doubled to left, and walked again. Batting left-handed. Valdez throws. There's a swing and a little slow bouncer foul up the first base side over to Jose Cruz, a former outstanding outfielder for the Astros and the father of a former Giant, Jose Cruz Jr. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lance Berkman. Carlos Lee on deck. Jeff Blum due up third. Valdez to the plate. And he is low and inside with a splitter. The count is 2-1. Brandon Meadows pitched the 8th inning perfectly. 3 up and 3 down with 1 strikeout. 15 pitches thrown. And a ball way outside and high. Ball 3. 3-0. Tim Lincecum pitched 7 shutout innings with 9 strikeouts and 2 walks. Only 3 hits allowed. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a bounding ball to second. Charged by Uribe. Makes a quick across the body flip to first in time to retire Berkman. 1 away. Tomorrow, Randy Johnson on the hill for the Giants. Now the paid crowd today only 34,582, and if you didn't come today because you thought, well, it's too late to get seats, well, you were wrong, and you'd be wrong about tomorrow too, because tomorrow there are plenty of good seats available. So come out, enjoy the sunshine and a great matchup. Randy Johnson and Roy Oswalt go at it at 1:05 tomorrow. Tickets available at sfgiants.com. A foul into the dirt and off the leg of Carlos Lee. 0-1 the count. Now Valdez throws. Fastball is fouled back to the screen, and it's 0-2. 96-mile-an-hour fastball according to the stadium radar gun. You guys will be back on the Comcast Sportsnet tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Dave Fleming will be back here on the radio tomorrow as well. There's a slider lined right to second, right to Uribe. And Carlos Lee is retired. And he is 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts, a liner to left, and this line drive to second. So 2 down, and here is Jeff Blum.
Astros are thinking every ball they've hit hard has been hit at somebody. They are feeling extremely snake bit in this series.
9-0. The Giants ahead. 2 down in the 9th. And Valdez to Blum. Batting left-handed, and Valdez misses with a fastball up and away for ball 1. Well, this will set up a game tomorrow for the Astros, similar to the game on Wednesday for the Cardinals against the Giants. There's a swing and a pop-up. The shortstop, Renteria, out into shallow left. He's under it, and he's got it. It's another shutout for the Giants. It's the 4th shutout for the Giants in the last 7 games, going back to last Sunday in Milwaukee. And another win for Tim Lincecum, who shares this shutout with Brandon Meadows.